Hey everybody, good morning to you from the Sunnyvale Reject, aka Jason Stocks, straight out of sunny South Florida. And it is a beautiful day today, not a cloud in the sky. And it's in the 50s, which is wintertime for us. So the change in the season is awesome, especially right before Thanksgiving. So today's video is going to be on 8 books that I'm thankful for. I can't wait to show you these books. I'm thankful that I read them at a time when they resonated with me. I'm thankful that I read them as a writer and as a passionate observer of life on this planet. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for sticking with me and for watching my videos and for leaving cool ass comments. I know there's 1,000 other things you could be doing, so I am grateful. Thank you very much. So without further delay, here's 8 books that I'm thankful for this 2025 Thanksgiving holiday season. Number 1 on the list, 1883's Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. The movie came out in 1950, and I think it was the first live action and color adaptation of a novel. Did you ever see it? I did. It was rowdy. I loved it. And that's one reason why I loved this book. That crazy, outlaw, rebellious pirate lifestyle just enthralled me, really. 15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. The band Clutch might say, yo ho ho and a bottle of rye. For sheer storytelling delight and pure adventure, Treasure Island has never been surpassed. Give it a shot. You'll love it. Number 2, What You Know About Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach. James and the Giant Peach. He wrote Willy Wonka, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as well, and BFG. You've probably, I know you saw the movie, but you've probably read his books before. But this is a fantastic book about James, whose parents are actually killed and eaten by a raging carnivorous rhinoceros in London while they're on a shopping trip. So he has to go live with his 2 bitch-ass aunts who are mean as hell. But there's a giant peach in their yard, and he finds himself in it with a host of crazy talking yard bugs. I don't know how else to say it, but they become his traveling companions. I heard somebody say this, and I guess it's true, but if there was a message, surface level message, I guess that it's never too late to make friends. And look at us, I'm 48. How old are you? I don't know, but thank you for your friendship. Kurt Vonnegut's Slapstick. Oh, did I love this book, and it feels good in the hand too. Slapstick is a play on the tag team comedy duo Laurel and Hardy and their slapstick comedy. But this was written in 1976, and I was born in 76, so that is 48 years ago. This book is both sad and funny. Slapstick presents an apocalyptic vision as seen through the eyes of the current king of Manhattan and last president of the United States, a wickedly irreverent look at the all too possible results of today's follies. Yes. And follies today abound, each and every day, for the whole entire world to see. Here's The Dead Father. 177 pages, written in 1975, The Dead Father. He has 2 sons, both of them are writers, and I studied creative writing under them at the University of Southern Mississippi. I have never read anything like The Dead Father. One reviewer wrote that to explain this novel is to say that time passes by, but humankind tends to drag about the same old weary traditions. I guess that's true, right? All right, so there is nothing unusual about the foot except that it is 7 meters high. 19 people are dragging, by means of a cable, an immense carcass through the countryside. The carcass is that of the dead father, half dead, half alive, part mechanical, wise, vain, powerful being who still has hopes for himself, although he is effectively dead. But he still talks, and they have these weird conversations about fatherhood, etc. Philosophical, crazy, abstract. Never in my life have I ever read anything like this. But I read it at a time when I was writing a novel, Sing Like a Bomb. It'll be out next year. And I was tired of the same old shit. I wanted to read Risk Takers, and I found this book. And when you hear me talk about easily consumable books, this is what I mean. See all those places to stop. It's not just one huge paragraph that goes on and on like a Dickens or Dostoevsky or Faulkner. The font is nice and thick, easy to read, Look, readers don't want to do a whole lot of work, so you got to make it as easy for them as possible to get the story and to keep the book in their hands, right? So that's the dead father, Donald Bartolome. Donald Bartolome. Yes, indeed. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. My God. This is probably Hunter S. Thompson's most famous book. It was written in 1971 as a Roman à clef, basically, which is where it's based on autobiographical incidents, let's just say. Was this guy on drugs or what? He had a crazy writing routine that you won't believe. In fact, I have to pull it up. Look, check this out. This is what Hunter S. Thompson did before he started to write, and believe me, when you read this book, you won't see a hint of this, even though it's riddled with drug use and stuff like that. It's written with crystal clarity. It's really cool. All right, and I guess it kind of, speaks on the failures of the 1960s counterculture. But Hunter S. Thompson would wake up at 3 p.m., right? And at 3:05, Chivas Regal, the morning paper, and a cigarette. 3:45, cocaine. 3:50, another glass of Chivas and a Dunhill. 4:05, a cup of coffee. 4:15, cocaine. 4:16, orange juice and a Dunhill. 4:30, cocaine. 4:54, cocaine. 5:05, cocaine. 5:11, coffee with another cigarette. At 5:30, more ice in the Chivas. 5:45, cocaine, etc. At 6 o'clock, you got to have some grass, to take the edge off. At 7:05 p.m., that's when he has lunch at the Woody Creek Tavern. And he has Heineken, 2 margaritas, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of fried onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine, that's for the ride home, and the snow cone, which is vital. You got to have the snow cone, especially after all of that. A glass of shredded ice over which he pours 3 or 4 jiggers of Chivas. 9 p.m., start snorting cocaine seriously, because the rest of the time it was just a joke. 10 o'clock, he drops acid. 11 o'clock, chartreuse, cocaine, and weed. 11:30, cocaine. And at 12 o'clock, Hunter S. Thompson is ready to write. I'd be ready to die. He wrote the Rum Diaries, and he wrote a book about the Hells Angels, all phenomenal, partly biographical, autobiographical stuff, that really spoke to the generation that we can still relate to today, But it encouraged me or inspired me to take a road trip from North Carolina to California, and my book, Sing Like a Bomb, is about our escapades. Great Expectations. 1861's Great Expectations. 1861 is when this book was actually in book form. Before that, it was in serial form. And it chronicles the life and the longings and the sturm and drang of one Pip and Estella. Oh boy, poor Pip. Great Expectations, considered by many to be Dickens' finest novel, Great Expectations traces the growth of the book's narrator, the orphan Philip Pirrip Pip, from a boy of shallow dreams to a man with a depth of character. Yeah, and he really does. He grows into a fine man, and the ending of this book is just gut-wrenching and heartbreaking, and you will like it just as much, if not more, than David Copperfield or A Tale of Two Cities. All masterpieces. Yeah, this book inspired me to pay more attention to detail and to spend more time getting the reader to know and love and care about characters. That way, when the action goes down and people are made to work out of these crazy situations, that the reader actually has a vested interest in what happens. Damn it. Okay, y'all. John Falls, The Collector. This was his debut novel, and it is amazing. I'm talking amazing. I loved it. From 1963. And basically it tells the story of Frederick, who is, alienated, a loner. He's socially awkward. He can't make friends. He doesn't have a girlfriend. But he plays the football. He bets on football, right? So he wins some money. He buys a house out in the country, and he collects butterflies and other things. Well, he's in love with Miranda, but he can never have her because he can't even talk to her. So he decides to kidnap her and keep her hostage, just like he does those butterflies. And he hopes that over time, as he shows her kindness, that she'll grow to fall in love with him. Does she? You will have to read it and find out. But the first part of the book is told from Frederick's perspective, and the second part of the book is told from Miranda's perspective. This book is haunting, will keep you on the edge of your seat till the very end. You will be inspired by this book, I promise you, and you'll probably want to read it again at some point. Hailed as the first modern psychological thriller, The Collector is the internationally best-selling novel that catapulted John Fowles into the front ranks of contemporary novelists. This tale of obsessive love, the story of a lonely clerk who collects butterflies, and of the beautiful young art student who is the ultimate query, remains unparalleled in its power to startle and mesmerize. Very well said. Nice copy. In fact, I think I'm going to give this to Lucia, my wife, for Christmas. I give her a book every year for Christmas. This is next. Okay, guys, here we are at the final book that I'm so happy was written and that I read when I read, because it made me like and enjoy and appreciate being from Mississippi, being a Southerner, people who stand for something and who give a damn about this country and who love vets and respect vets and love women too, damn it. This is Bats Out of Hell by Barry Hannah. It's a short story collection. I can't remember if it was nominated for an award or won it. I just can't remember. But he is a wonderful writer, very masculine stories. At the same time, also abstract, can be metaphysical, because he makes the reader do some work before he just lets you in. You know, I'm like that as a person. I don't just let people in. They have to prove some stuff to me. I have to know they're good, you know, that they're kind, they're honest. I don't just let people in. And he doesn't just let people into his stories. Neither did Faulkner. Donna Tartt doesn't do it. Eudora Welty did. Flannery O'Connor did. But Barry Hannah does not. Let's see here. What does it say? Love and torment, lunacy and desire, tenderness and war. The stories in Bats Out of Hell provide a brilliant, dazzling odyssey into American life. A man is possessed by the spirit of an 18th century noblewoman every time he plays chess. A crippled boy yearns for brotherhood. Dreaming and spinning lies to one another, a group of old men wait for death. And that's something I remember, like Yonder Stands Your Orphan, another book by him. There's a bunch of old men fishing around Eagle Lake, which is in Vicksburg, and just spinning tall tales, you know. But read it, love it, or hate it, but it will stick with you, as all of these books will. But I'm not going to stick with you anymore, because I love you and appreciate your time. I'm going to let you go. I'm just going to say again that I am very thankful for each and every one of you guys. I'm thankful for all the books behind me, but I'm thankful especially for the books that I just showed you. And I hope you'll pick up one and give it a chance and enjoy it as much as I did. Have a wonderful day. Stay cool and never stop reading.